Tony back again, Big Gigantos, with a continuation of the Masters of the Universe original figures series. One of the good guys again today. I'm going to try and alternate it between heroic warriors and evil warriors, so we're back with the good guys today. And we're right back to the original character that started it all off. We have here the Prince of Eternia, Prince Adam. The original and He-Man's alter ego. This will be a short review. There's not a lot I can say about the figure, to be honest with you, because it's a basic one. It doesn't have any specific gimmicks as such. It's exactly the same mould, legs, arms, chest, head, face, as He-Man himself, obviously because Prince Adam is the alter ego. Once he uses his power sword, which is this one here, holds it aloft and becomes He-Man. I have no idea why they decided to give Prince Adam a pink sword, because Prince Adam didn't have a pink sword. But the concept for this is still the same. You can see on the back here, it's flat. Okay, it's only detailed on one side. This side of it is flat. And the reason for that is because if you take Skeletor's sword, which is identical to this one except purple, and you put them back to back, this piece here will link inside. Will link inside Skeletor's sword and become one sword. Now that was the original idea behind the Masters of the Universe continuity. That was supposed to be the idea. He-Man had one half of the sword, Skeletor had the other half of the sword, and it was supposed to make one big powerful sword. Obviously the Filmation series in the 80s didn't go with that concept. There was actually no mention of that at all. So all that happened was Prince Adam was given this. Whenever He-Man was needed, he'd hold it high above his head, say, by the power of Grayskull, and that was all he needed to do. Then He-Man would come along. He'd become He-Man and go and do his stuff. But the figure itself is quite basic. There aren't, like I said, there are no gimmicks on it. It's quite show accurate from the waist down. He did have these kind of purple tights, purple boots, purple loincloth with a black belt under there. The only difference is the jacket. In the Filmation series it was bright pink, but with this thing it's kind of more of a scarlet like colour. I'm not sure, because they thought if they actually gave him a pink jacket, whether the boys would want to buy it or not, because maybe they thought it wouldn't look as macho, I suppose. I don't know. Who knows what they used to think back in the 80s. But a very good detail on him. Like I say, he's exactly the same sculpt as He-Man. This bit here, this belt, is often lost. You can see it's just an elastic, and this here comes away. In fact, I'll just take it off just to show you. See, this is elastic, that just comes off. There you go, and then this will actually just, if you fold the arms back, you can actually slip that off, but I'm not going to do that just because it's a bit of a pain to get it back on. And you often find Prince Adam's figures with this jacket missing, and especially this thing is very hard to find, which kind of often leaves a lot of this all yellowed because it's white. Although mine is a very nice bone white colour, he's got no fading on him at all. Let's just put this belt back on. Come on, on you go. There we go. Just move it around a bit. There we are. There. Whoops. As soon as you have to kind of tuck this one in a bit, it's a little loose. It's not too bad though. Fold that in on itself. There we go. Oh, see, I haven't even done that right. Come on. I'll sort that out later on. But that's him. Usual articulation. Legs are on these kind of little rubber things under there. Synonymous for breaking off these legs, as always. He's got the kind of Conan the Barbarian boot style going on. One open hand, one shut hand. The punch action does still work. There we go. Works pretty well. If I use it on the metal here, you can see it in detail. Oops, come here. There you go, look at that. Works very well. I'll just show you a close-up of his head sculpt. And there you can quite clearly see it's exactly the same head sculpt as it is on He-Man. With these figures there were two different kinds of heads. This one, as you can see, is the soft squishy version. The head does turn. Other ones came with quite solid heads. This one is the soft one. The skin matches the chest, so there's no difference in variation there. It's like I said, it's not a very interesting figure really. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's just one of the basic ones. So it doesn't have any special gimmicks or anything like that. But all this detail is there. It's very good. One of the only troubles you find with a Prince Adam toy, is if you look on the back of the legs, you'll see this kind of this blackening going on here. And you always seem to find it with Prince Adams. I don't know why. But it's just I'm not sure if that can come off. I've never actually tried to remove it. I think it's just where it rubs against there. But like I say, it's not too bad a toy and it's in pretty good condition. So we'll just finish off with him with his power sword. You can actually stick it in behind there if you want him to carry it around, but it doesn't work very well like that really. There's nowhere for him to store it, so you can either put it in this hand like that, but the trouble is then you can see the flat edge of it like that, and it only looks good when it's facing outwards like this. Or you can put it with a little support thing in this hand, which looks a little bit better because you can see the front of it there. Okay, so that's all I've got to say about Prince Adam. If you follow the series, you'll know all about him anyway, about his character. Like I said, there's nothing to say except for the fact that he is the alter ego of He-Man, and the young Prince of Eternia, son of Randor and Marlena. Quite mischievous, often gets on Teela's nerves, and he's always trained by Man-at-Arms. So that's Prince Adam. Like I say, nothing else to say about him. It's just a toy review, really, not a character review. Hope you enjoyed this one. There's another one coming up very shortly, and I'll see you all in a minute, guys. Thanks very much.